Well, I'm back out on one of my rabbit hunting forays again this evening, and I'm just making my way here into the first gateway, where there's often a rabbit or two sat out feeding around 30 yards away. And as I creep forward here, I've spotted the first one of the evening, sat out at about 20 yards. And this rabbit sat quite happily, so I'll push further forward where I can use this gate to steady my aim. And I take aim for a nice clean headshot here and drop the first rabbit nice and cleanly. I'm not really in a mad rush here to go and collect the first rabbit I shot, as often when I come to this gateway, up the left hand side of the screen runs another hedge, and there's often a rabbit or two out feeding up there also. And sure enough, as I make my way through the gateway, I've spotted another. I've estimated it to be about 55 yards away, and I start making my way slowly up the hedge line until I get to this straining post here, which I'm now going to use to steady my aim. I centre the crosshairs on this rabbit's head, and the pellet strikes nice and hard and takes that rabbit out cleanly. So that's the second rabbit in the bag. And I'll make my way forward now to collect up the first one that I shot. Well, that's the first one down this evening. The nice shot straight through the head there. The shot was a little far forward. I was aiming to hit here in the brain, but the shot did go a little far forward, but as you saw, it did give a nice clean kill. So that's the first one in the bag. It's a doe, and looking at her, I'd say one of this year's offspring. So nice healthy rabbit there. So we'll stick this one in the bag, and we'll go up and have a look at the second one you just saw me shoot as well. So that one's in there. And there's the second one. A nice shot straight through the neck on that one. Again, that shot was a little low to where I was aiming, so obviously I've misjudged the distance of that rabbit. I thought it was about 55 yards, but it was about 63, I would say, looking at the drop on the aim point there. But it was still a nice clean kill. So that's two in the bag within the first 10 minutes of being here this evening. So we'll push on to another field and see if there's any more about. Okay, let's move on. I continue my journey forward here, following this hedge line up towards the next set of fields. When up ahead again, I've spotted 3 rabbits playing in a gateway. But this field is fairly flat, and that these rabbits are sat out at 80 yards away. And if I'm going to have any chance of getting into a shootable distance, I'm going to have to crawl on my hands and knees a little bit closer in. So I start to push my way forward, nice and slowly. I'm trying to be as quiet as I can here. And once I get to a distance where I think I'm about 45 yards away, I get myself settled and I take aim at one of the rabbits, but they know that I'm there, and as soon as I shoulder the rifle they run off. And I'm just about to get up here and move off to another position when I've spotted another rabbit up another hedge line. And this one stays put. So from a prone position, I settle the crosshairs on this rabbit's head. Squeeze off the shot and take that rabbit nice and cleanly. That's the third one in the bag. And I'll just quickly pop back and grab the game bag as I'm going to continue making my way up the field here. There we are, that's number 3 that I've just shot there. As you saw, I was sneaking up to a gateway where I saw about 3 other rabbits playing, but didn't get to shoot them as they spotted me and ran off. And then I managed to spot this one just as I was going to get up, and took this one at about 55 yards in the from a lying down position off my elbows. And as you can see, the shot placement is perfect, straight through the head, nice clean shot, and killed that rabbit nice and cleanly there. So we're doing really well again this evening. Farmer will be happy. There seems to be a lot of rabbits out feeding this evening. It's been a nice day, and they're making the most of the weather now while it lasts, I would think. And I can even see, if I turn the camera around and zoom in for you, there's rabbits already coming back out on the patch that I've already just followed through on, and that I've stalked already. You can see there's another one sitting out there feeding now. But I can't shoot back that way as the farm is directly behind it, and also there's a track just there which the farmer's using as he's carting corn down from the fields. So I'll have to leave that rabbit alone and take it another time. But there's plenty more to go at now, so we'll move on and see what else we can get. Okay, let's carry on. So I continue on my journey hunting the parameters of this field, and on the bank beneath me I've spotted another rabbit. It's about 45 yards away, and I'm just trying to get myself in as close as I can here as there's a slight breeze, and I want to take this rabbit in the sitting position. And I'll remove the game bag to help stabilise my aim a little. Once I'm settled, I take aim. I centre the crosshairs on this rabbit's head, but I don't know if the rabbit moved at the last second or if I pulled the shot. But I missed this rabbit and it ran to safety. Oh well, you can't win them all, and that's how it goes out in the hunting field sometimes. So I'll gather my things up and we'll move on forward and see what else is around. Now I've only managed to walk 60 yards at this point here, when another rabbit at the bottom of this field here bolts through a gateway and stops dead in its tracks. So I get down into a sitting position here, as I don't want to silhouette myself with the background sky there. And I'll start to crawl my way in, sat on my butt. And once I get to this point here, I'll remove the game bag so it doesn't hinder my shooting. Once I'm settled, I centre the crosshairs on this rabbit's neck at an estimated 38 yards. And down goes rabbit number 4 of the evening. So feeling happy with another clean kill, I'll gather my equipment and we'll go down and see where the shot placement is. And there we go, it's my 4th rabbit. Nice shot, straight through the neck there. Nice clean kill as you saw. That rabbit there was probably about 38 yards I would guess. And again, it's a doe and a young doe, one of this year's offspring again. So really good eating these are, the smaller ones. Nice and tender, lovely meat. So I'm going to enjoy preparing a meal out of that rabbit. Okay, let's get that one in the bag and see if there's anything else around before the night's done. We are starting to lose the light fast now, mind. The sun's starting to go down on the horizon, so I haven't got too long left anyway, because I've still got to skin all these rabbits and prepare them for the table, but we'll move on. Okay. That rabbit that I spotted earlier on when I was across the field, and I zoomed the camera back down and showed you that I wouldn't be able to shoot because the farmer's pulling in the crops this evening of corn, and also the farmyard was behind him. I'm just going to show you now that that rabbit is still sat there and hasn't moved. And the farmer now has just brought the combine down from the field. So what I'm going to try and do, if I can, I'm going to try and work my way back to the start of where you saw me first shoot the first rabbit by going over this gateway here and using this hedge to cover my approach all the way down until I get to the gateway at the bottom. Then I'm going to proceed to work that hedge there nice and slowly until I can get within range of the rabbit. And that's if it's still sitting there feeding by the time I get there. But we'll have a go, because this will be the last rabbit I'm going to get this evening if I do manage to get a shot off at this one. Okay, let's see how we get on. So now, using the cover of this hedge line, I start to stalk my way down towards the rabbit. And when I get to this gateway at the bottom, I'm going extra cautiously here, as I don't want to crunch any of these stones underfoot and draw the rabbit's attention to my presence too early. From this point here, I estimate myself to be about 60 yards away from the rabbit, and I'll just continue on nice and steady. The rabbit at this point has now become aware of my presence, but I'm only 35 yards away from it, and I take aim here for a headshot, and I squeeze off the shot, only to clean miss this rabbit over the top of its head, and I can't believe it, but this does happen sometimes. So, feeling not very amused with myself for missing a nice easy shot, I'll push on forward to the end of the field and see if there's anything else around. But there was no more rabbits to be had. Well, that's the end of another hunt this evening, everyone. I've managed to get 4 nice rabbits again this evening. As you saw, I missed the last one that I was stalking into. Even though it took me 20 minutes to get to him, sometimes that's just how it goes in the hunting field. We don't get to shoot every single one, every single time. And I think I pulled that shot and that's why I missed, so it was my error. But like I say, I'm happy. I've got a full game bag of rabbits to take home. So like I say, 4 nice clean kills and a good evening's hunting to be had. So all I'm going to do now is prepare them for the table. Well, thank you everyone for watching my video again this time round, and I hope you're enjoying all of my footage. If you are, please like and subscribe to my channel and hit the thumbs up button. Thanks everyone, happy shooting to you all, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.